So I'm going to be working on some ATC cards, which are these little baseball-sized cards, like you trade. Well, okay, maybe not everybody traded baseball cards, but anyway, that's the size they are. They're 3.5 by 2.5 inch, and I have to do a trade with another person, one of my artist group friends, and so I'm going to be doing something a little different. It's what I call my intuitive style. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to put some black gesso on here, and actually it doesn't have to be gesso, it can be acrylic paint, this black acrylic paint. I like black because as we progress you'll see why, because it offers some really nice little images. I'm going to be using this little cheap brush right here. It's a flat, and the bristles are kind of stiff, which is what I'm looking for, because I want this to give me a little variance in the strokes. I want to be able to see something once I get it on there. It's kind of like when you're a kid and you're looking at clouds and you see things within the clouds. It's just very similar to that. So I'm just gonna real quick paint this on here, and then I'm going to take a look at it from different angles to see what I can see and maybe pull out from that to create a little painting. And I started doing this back several years ago. I was in Canada visiting my sister, and I had gone to the world's largest rodeo there in Canada, and I was so inspired by the artwork there, and I came home and I just wanted to paint something. And so I started out doing this, and I said, I may be onto something, because I created quite a few little, really cute little characters doing this way. Alright, so I'm going to hold it this way, and I'm going to look at it and see, do I see anything that just really jumps out at me? No. How about like that? Oh, I see something. I see a face with their hand holding up this way. Here's an ear, an eye, and an eye. And this can be the mouth. So I want to remember that. Okay, that's what I see there. Now, do I see anything when I turn it this way? Yes, I see an eye here. It looks kind of like maybe some kind of obscure looking face that's kind of hidden behind something. And then here, what do I see? Anything? Sometimes if you squint your eyes and you hold it back away from you, you can see things a little easier. Not really anything there. Not really anything there. So I'm kind of thinking that this one's going to be the winner. All right. So now I'm going to take, let's see, because I don't paint realism. I just paint, you know, what I like to see. And I have all kinds of paints to use. I guess I'll just take out of this little tub right here. And I think because he looks like he's holding his hand up towards something. I'll get my dish over here that I like to blend colors on. Put that right there so that's not in the way. I'm going to start out with this Titan buff color. It's a kind of a flesh tone, because I just want to get a hint of what I'm seeing here so that I can maybe get other people to see what I'm seeing as well. And I like using these little angle brushes. They're angled because this one's old though. I need to really scrub that one. Anyway, they can get into little corners and they just really put a nice little line on there. So I'll wet it down a little bit. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. We're going to try it because I haven't done this in years. Alright, so I'm seeing an ear right there, kind of a big ear. I'm seeing a nose. It's a kind of side portrait look. Kind of like that. And then he may have a mustache on even. Kind of like that. And then we have a jaw around that way. And a forehead. So you can kind of see I'm getting a face going here. And as long as I don't completely cover up what I've got built, I can add to it. And yeah, and then it's like his shoulder, well, his arm is out reaching up into the light somehow. Okay, so there's the outline. Kind of shows you what I'm seeing and what I saw in that little hole of mess. Okay, now I'm going to start adding some color to it. I like to use blues on the face. I like using the ultramarine blue especially. Or is it the cobalt? Maybe it's the cobalt. Except where did I put it? I can't find it now. Okay, well we're going to use the ultramarine anyway. And that'll work. And I like to use it for shadowing especially. It's the shade of color that it gives. It just really gives a nice hint of color to the skin because the skin actually does have blue in it. I think he's European because I see a dimple in his chin here. They say that if you have a dimple in your chin, when you're young as a child, children can be mean, and sometimes they call it a butt chin because it looks like a butt. But I think we'll give him that European chin. Yeah. And we'll put a little bit of blue here. Not a lot. I just, like I say, I just want mainly for the shadowing. Yeah, we just scrub it on there. It doesn't have to be perfect strokes. And that's the beauty of doing this type of work. Now I'm going to put a little bit of reddish tone in there. And a lot of times when I paint, I'm like all over the place. I don't stick with one spot. I just go back and forth, just whatever hits me. Put a little red in there. Uh-oh, that wasn't quite dry and it's lifting up a little bit. May have to do this stipple motion instead. You'd be amazed what all these scrub marks can do to make something that you recognize. Sometimes it's just what you don't put in that makes a painting a painting. It's the negative space sometimes. Because when you do realism, you're showing, I guess, what the eye sees, but when you do this type of work, you're seeing what the eye doesn't see, if that makes any sense. Alright, let's do a little bit more of the Titan buff. Let's put some of that on there and kind of, let's make him be looking towards the sky. Now the person that I'm doing this for, she's an abstract artist, and so I thought something like this she would appreciate. Oops, put that highlight down too low. That shouldn't have been down there. I need to put more here because he's looking at the light. So the light is going to be coming in at this angle. So we want the light to hit, boom, like that, and just a touch down here on some other parts. And a good way to learn about the light is to just actually look at things in the light. When you become an artist, you learn to look at things a lot differently than when you're not an artist. Everything takes on a different appearance to you once you learn how to look at things. That's a big key to being an artist, is how do you look at stuff? How do you know where to put a shadow or a light, or how do you know to put this color? Well, it's all because of how you look at things. All right, now I want to put some brown. Let's see if I, or some yellow. Let's do some yellow ochre. Let's do some of that first. A little bit of yellow ochre, and it doesn't matter what kind of paint you use. I think it's probably good if you know how to read the colors on the bottles or the tubes or whatever, because there are certain mixes that work better together than others. So you kind of need to know what those mixes are to make sure that they're compatible and that they'll mix well together. Oh, look what that did. That's really bringing some stuff out. I need to make a decision here. Do I want him to have a mustache or not? I'm kind of thinking maybe I do. I don't normally paint men, but if one appears, hey, so be it. It's meant to be. I'm meant to paint him. Let's put a little bit on the eyelid here. A little bit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that made his eye pop out, didn't it? Still got to get this going here with the mustache, though. Okay, put a little bit more on that nice nose that he has here. I like painting big noses because I have a big nose. It's part of my heritage. Okay, so we'll put a little bit more right there on the top of that ear. Now, what color are we going to use? So see that yellow mixed with that blue kind of makes a little bit of a green shade, and that's cool because there's green, there's every color in the face. That's the beautiful part of painting. Looking for, there it is, burnt sienna. I like using burnt sienna in my paintings too. It gives a nice warm color. Except I can't get this thing open. Uh-oh. Oh, I can't get it open. got me some, I couldn't find my burnt sienna and my other fluid acrylic, so I got me some brown oxide, which is a transparent kind of color. And I'm going to use that to darken it. So it's actually like being like a glaze because it's a transparent color. So it doesn't really cover up. All it does is darken and leaves the color behind it. So we need to darken this up. That. Okay. Yeah, I think that's coming along. I don't know about that arm there. We don't know. We may have to figure out something different on that. I'm just not sure I like that. Then again, I don't know. Maybe I can figure something out with it. All right. Now, let's kind of I think I'm going to use this gesso again because I'm looking at this eye and mustache. Gonna get a different brush. It's a little softer. It's still the angle brush, but it's soft. It's not hard. Because I want to kind of add back. There. Now he's got his mustache back. Now I need a little brush. Like a little liner kind of brush. We'll see if this one will work. If not, I may have to use a pen, which I'm known to use all kinds of things when I paint. Darken that up a little bit. All right, we're going to stand there and take a look at it, see what we think. I think we need some more hints of white to filter in. I kind of like the way that little white shows, you know, like a, what am I trying to say? Like facets on a diamond or something, how it does that. So let's go with our ugly scrub brush here again. And we're gonna like dry brush some of those little diffused, that's what I'm trying to say, diffuse, that diffused light. Like just kind of blotch it on like that. Boom. I may have messed that one up. We'll see. May have to go back in and fix it. That's okay. See, that's art. That's the beauty of art. I think I liked it better with the yellow. What do you think? Well, maybe it'll grow on me. Okay, so we got to figure out what to do with the rest of his head here. We can get a little more black back there. because I really want that to stand out, the face, because that's like the subject of the whole thing is the face. Down here on the bottom. Get rid of this white space right here because we don't really want that one to be that noticeable. Okay, what am I going to do with that spot there? I don't want to cover it up because I'm not sure what I want to do with it. It's not really positioned right to be an arm. Oh goodness, what can we do? What can we do? Well, I'll work on the eye and I'll think about that. All right, well, there's my little brush. Okay, so now let's get a little more of this brown, except I'm going to use some burnt umber this time. I like the little bottles of fluid acrylic too. I generally like golden real well, but I have used a lot of different ones, so it doesn't really matter. The burnt umber is more opaque, so it's going to cover things more than the brown oxide. The brown oxide, as I said, was more transparent. And you can see it's adding a little bit more definition in there. Darkening it up just a little bit. Put a little more on the jawline here. See, and that's how my brushes end up getting messed up, because I scrub them. That's how I paint sometimes. Probably ought to get a different brush now that I'm not doing the eyeball. Well, first I want to do his nostril. Let's see if we can do that without screwing it up. Here we go. There's a nostril. It's got that nice Viking long nose. Alright, there we go. There's the angle brush again. Of course, it's kind of big. Maybe we should give him a beard. No, that'll ruin the effect of the chin line there. I like him better with just a mustache, I think, but I need to add a little light in there. Because after all, this light, that's where it's coming from. Need to add a little bit of light on it. Uh-oh, got too much. But that's the beauty of acrylic, see? Look there. See, we just kind of scrub it out. And of course we can finger paint too. I think I'm kind of liking the way he's looking. If I can figure out what that's going to be. I may just have to cover it up. And yeah, I'm going to cover it up because I'm having way too much trouble. I'm spending too much time thinking about what it's going to be. clear gesso. Boom. Maybe something will appear as I'm doing this. Let's see. Nope. Boy, it's not one to go away either. It's still there. See? It's like it's meant to be there. But what is it? I don't want to make it like a rope or anything, because that's pretty morbid. I just don't know what to make it. Well, maybe I ought to just make a showering of light coming towards his face. That might be pretty cool. Let's try that. Find the right brush for that. How about a fan brush? That's a fan brush, in case you didn't know. And it's used a lot in trees and landscaping. That's how I first learned how to do it, because you can make like grasses and stuff with it. Works pretty cool. All right, let's see. So we're going to turn it like this, and we want the light source to be on. Boom. And I dry brush this, because I want it to filter in. I don't want it to be just really, really thick. So we do it like that. There we go. Boom. That might work. So we'll just do the light source all the way through, and that'll just be a whatever it is. I think I'm kind of liking it. Don't know about the eyes, though. I'm kind of thinking I need something. I could put a Stabilo, but then if I watered it down, it's going to melt into it. So I don't think Stabilo is what I need. I think I need, let me try a little charcoal here. A little vine charcoal. Don't know. I have to. It might work. Yeah. It works. And he looks like he has his eyes closed as he's looking at the light. You know what, guys? I think this one's done. And that's just a look into how I do intuitive painting on something very small scale. If you just want to do it and do it quickly, there you go. Thanks for watching.